All right, so let's go over some red flags to look out for when you are looking to hire a business coach or a business program or maybe some kind of even a partnership deal, right? So it seems like a no-brainer, this kind of things, but you might not be you might not be thinking of these things in the moment. So if you're about to decide on something, look out for some of these red flags. I'm not saying these red flags are the red flags that were presented, but I have seen these throughout other coaching programs, other coaching, other partnerships that I have gone through in my life. So, first one, little lies. Look out for little lies, even some of those that don't seem too misleading or seem too harmful. So, for example, if you're receiving an automated cold outreach messaging and they are saying that it's them, but you find out in hindsight that the messaging was actually done by their VA, by another VA, by an AI system, and it's not really them. I know they might approve the messaging, but just look at the way they're messaging. If the messaging is a blatant lie or even a little lie, I would consider that a red flag because if they are able to lie about little things, they're going to be able to lie about big things. I guess, for example, also, if someone tells you they're going to send you something at a certain time or they're going to do something and they don't do it, that's going to be a little lie. And so that's going to be something that I would also look out for. Yeah, another little thing about a little lie, if you're seeing testimonies on their websites and you ask for their contact information and they're being very reluctant or they even refuse to give you any contact information for any former clients or even the ones that you see from the testimonials, just be on lookout for that. Like they should freely be able to give you their contact information to any former clients. Okay, so moving on to the second red flag to look out. Their promises are too good to be true. And if it just sounds too easy or too perfect, you need to be very wary. You need to do your due diligence into researching and learning more about this coach or program because real growth takes time. It takes work. It takes effort. I know that you can leverage things, you can leverage time, you can leverage money, but real growth is going to take effort. It's not just going to be putting in $5 here and getting $10 out. Yeah, you can do that with ads, but you put in work into creating those ads. You put in work into creating the content. You're putting in a lot of work into your offer, into fulfillment. So if the promises are too good, just watch out for that. Even the guarantees, yeah, if their guarantees are too good, watch out for that too, because there's going to be a lot of fine print, and a lot of it's going to be, oh, we just gave you our intellectual property, so you can't get your money back, buddy. Okay, so moving on to red flag number 3. The coach or the salesperson, they're just too pushy on the sales objections. If you have questions or if you need more time or if you say no, I understand the overcoming objections. But if the coach or the coaching program, they're just so pushy and pushy and pushy and pushy, trying to get you to do it, overcoming every objection, be careful of that. Another really big one is if you mention you need to talk to your spouse and they push back on that specific one. I know there's overcoming objections for the spouse objection, but I use it as a test now. If they push back on talking to your spouse, then that is a major red flag because you and your spouse are one. And if someone's trying to get into the middle of you and break it up, that is very demonic. So you need to watch out for that one. Okay. A good coach, they might help you handle objections with a mindset problem, but they're not going to push you into it because they're going to be well off. They're going to have a list of clients to work with. They don't need your money. They would love to help you and serve you. They would love your money, but a really good one, they don't really need it. They're just trying to serve and continue to serve and help others. So instead of going with a coach that's pushing you, here's a little green light one that we'll get into more of those. A good coach respects your discernment and your peace of mind. So if you're not at peace with it, they shouldn't be pushing you into it. All right, let's move on to red flag number 4. The final red flag, and then we'll move into some green lights on what to actually look for when hiring a business coach or starting a business or a coaching program. So, if the coach is super hungry for money and they're pushing you to make that payment right then and there, and like nothing you can say to back down, and they're just wanting the payment right then and there, and they seem more money hungry than they are serving you, that's gonna be a red flag. So, payments, they should represent commitment, not desperation. And if you feel any doubt, just pause, pray, and then ask for peace from God before making that decision, right? Also, be very aware of coaches that are constantly telling you how valuable they are. Well, I'm actually worth $300,000 because I did X, Y, and Z. I've gone under coaching program of X, Y, and Z. I've paid $100,000 doing this coaching program, and let me tell you, I am worth X, Y, and Z. Be careful of that because people like that, those are just some red flags. So look out. All right, so. Just quick, quick recap. If you notice little lies, if their promises are too good to be true, if they're a little too pushy on the sales objection, or if they just seem money hungry and demand payments there on the call, those are some red flags to look out for. Hey, thank you so much for watching this segment of Inside the Offer. For the full conversation, please click the link below in the description. And make sure you like and subscribe so you will always get notified on when new content is released. And if you're a business coach or consultant that's looking to implement a content marketing system that actually drives traffic and sales for your business, then go to insidetheoffer.com/content to learn more.